Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day that it is that you're watching this video. I'm glad you're here and welcome to another episode of Legacy Media and Computers. Now, I've done 40 plus episodes of Legacy Media and Computers, and most of them have been either unwrapped impromptu, or unwrapped quickie episodes, ranging from length and subject matter, but this is going to be kind of different this time. Several episodes ago, I demonstrated kind of a disappointment with an IBM ProPrinter X24E that I ended up having shipped back from Garland, Texas, from my trip to Computer Reset. And if you remember the disappointment, it was when I finally did get it home and out of the box and was able to give it a proper look over. A little bit rusty on the inside. And no print head. But I didn't power it on because why bother compounding, insult with injury to have the magic smoke come out or something else, and we'll never know. Why was the print head removed? Was the print head removed to go into another printer, or maybe it was the print head on this that was bad? Because in my 20 years of formal training and 40 years of life, the experience with 24-pin print heads is they had a tendency, when used in extensive printing cycles, that the pins fuse together and thus ruin the print head. So, thanks to you viewers and those of you in the Computer Reset community, were able to find me some links where I could get some replacement printhead, a replacement printhead. It finally came, it's here. But now the challenge for me, not having yet found a hardware maintenance manual for an IBM ProPrinter of any kind, the XL models not included, because slightly different, being wider, and I suppose those might have worked, but I wasn't able to find like a good online digital copy of those manuals either. But doing some research back on the Vintage Computer Federation forums from way back, found an old post back from 2018 linking to a YouTube video in which Westinghouse Corporation does a case study on the efficiency and, I'm going to paraphrase, awesomeness of how IBM designed the ProPrinter to be manufactured virtually 100% automated. And they had a gentleman at Westinghouse demonstrate when this is actually broken down into all of its through subassemblies, how fast it was to be able to put together and with no tools. So I'm going to try that. I watched it a couple of times so far, and even though this is a X24E, we're going to see what happens. Hopefully it won't break anything. Because they demonstrate in the video how to put it together. They don't demonstrate how to take it apart. But everything is supposed to be, clips. So we're going to try getting the cover off, and I think that'll be the biggest thing for me, is once we get the cover off, we might be able to go from there. And not having a full set of tools, that's going to be my problem right there. So I'm going to stop the video right now, and I'll be back in just a moment. If I can't find what I'm looking for, I'm going to use the Blue Collar Workers Universal tool, and that's going to be a butter knife. I'm back. I couldn't find any of my large screwdrivers, any of my spudgers, any of my spanners. So when in doubt. Right, I'm probably not going to be able to do this. Probably going to break something else. Probably. And probably, I certainly don't want to mar. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, there's two. Let's see if I can do the third one. 3. And, well, I don't see, oh, okay. 4. And off the cover goes. And if you look at it, like I'm really kind of surprised how clean it is. The foam is disintegrating, but it hasn't turned into absolute rubber goo yet. We've got more of the diagnostic page there. If you can see it in the shot, if not, I'll put it in a moment. Okay. All right. Well, the power assembly kind of looks okay. It itself does not look rusted. The circuit board looks okay. You know, a couple of pieces missing and what have you. All right. So with that in mind, well, let's see if we can get the parts out of here. Now, I don't have any fine grit sandpaper. All I've got is maybe some Scotch-Brite scouring pads. Maybe that may or may not help us with what we're trying to do, but we'll put that aside. And, well, certainly don't want to break any more than we have. So, I might have to go back and watch that video again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh. I guess maybe I don't. Can leave the, Oh boy. Well, I'm going to pause the video again, go and see if I can get these 2 bars cleaned up, and maybe we'll get a printhead installed here. Hello, I'm back again. I did get a little bit of the roughness off, not a whole lot, as you can see. So I am going to bring it to some people I know with a little bit more metallurgy skill than I have before I do that. So we'll set those aside. But one thing I would like to do, if I can, not going to be able to now because I kind of feel like it's one of those things where you put something back together and now you've got you've got screws left over. This black piece, I don't recall exactly what it came off of, but it's off. So I guess like it goes to show where that hardware maintenance and service manual comes in, and if anybody does happen to know where a specifically ProPrinter X24E service manual is, I would love that. And if not, I would settle for just a regular ProPrinter service manual. So we can't do any more there for this episode, but what we can do is we can unwrap the box that the print head came in, hopefully. And maybe get that at least put back together a little bit. Anybody need bubble wrap? Oh, wow. Looks like the entire assembly that can go on the, wowee. Trying to get it off here without breaking it. A couple of things I do notice the difference is, of course, one looks to be a little bit like cast aluminum with some plastic on it, and the replacement appears to be all plastic. But you know what? That's quite all right. We're not gonna care. Function over form. And I'm just kind of curious that we've got these things here. I'm going to assume that they open up like that. Okay. So it'll be real easy, I think, to put get this back together once we have both a combination of service manual and those two guide bars back into place. Hopefully. Although one of the things that I just noticed over here is one of the plastic pieces, the standoffs, is broke. No, is it really? Is it broke? Well, it's certainly not tight. I can tell you that much. Let's see. No. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, considering I'm not really planning on finding tractor feed paper to feed in this thing, I guess it won't matter all that much. And supposedly this assembly, the tractor feed assembly, comes out supposedly just as easy as the others. Well, I guess that's as far as we can go tonight. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of fixing a ProPrinter X24E.